Everyone, welcome back. Today we're looking at the Polestar 5 Sport GT sedan. The starting price is approximately 100,000 US dollars. Absolutely incredible car, and we've got some much needed updates. Now this is the Polestar 5. It's a smooth Scandinavian 4-door GT sedan. It is currently being developed at Polestar UK R&D Centre. Now a little bit of information on this vehicle that I think most will find quite exciting. The Polestar 5 features standard all-wheel drive, and this is through using two different motors, one in the front and one in the rear. Now while the Polestar 2 setup provides a substantial 402 horsepower and a 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds approximately, the Polestar 5 on the other hand offers substantial more, especially in combined power, approximately around 884 brake horsepower. This puts it in direct competition with Porsche Taycan and the Tesla Model S for supremacy. This also puts it up against the Audi e-tron, of course. So we've got some new images. These are the much needed new images of the vehicle. This is verification prototype number 1. And this is close to what the finished product could look like, which it's really interesting, starting to look quite exciting. I must say, from majority of angles of this vehicle, it really does look incredible. And obviously you can see that it stays true to the Polestar design philosophy. You can clearly tell that this is a Polestar vehicle from whichever angle you look at this vehicle. And as for the interior, they're going for a very Scandinavian look, similar to Polestar previous vehicles, similar to Volvo's of course, but at the same time they want to make it quite distinctive. Speaking of being distinctive, this vehicle will feature a lightweight bonded aluminium chassis with pressed aluminium panels. However, other than the previously mentioned specifications, Polestar hasn't given out much in terms of details. The Polestar 5 is predicted to offer over 300 miles of range from its 103 kilowatt battery, but it would be even more adventurous for them to aim for over 400 miles of range in order to match the current existing Tesla Model S models, especially like the Tesla Model S Plaid. Now all the modern charging models should also be expected, including level 2 home charging and DC fast charging for public outlets. Now the concept car boasts a huge 15-inch infotainment system display, and this is a portrait display, which I'm not a fan of. I'd much prefer a landscape display, of course. It's more cinematic. It's more in line to what a lot of people want from an EV in this modern age. A landscape display is much more suited for our needs. Whenever it comes to consuming media, a landscape display tends to win. It's only in recent years that TikTok videos and Instagram Reels have made consuming media in a portrait display really fundamental. But this isn't the primary way of consuming media. Now, speaking of this infotainment system, it's Polestar's most current Android-derived software interface, further enhancing the high-tech look. A 12.5-inch configuratable gauge display lies close, as well as two smaller monitors on the door panel, providing views instead of conventional mirrors, of course. Now, on the prototype, there are mirrors, just to keep that in mind. Now, although it's uncertain how much this vehicle will end up costing in production, it is likely the exterior camera system will make the cut. So this was one of the original design of the Polestar 5 Precept. Now, this was one of the original design of the Polestar Precept car before this car officially became the Polestar 5. And a few things have changed, a few things have been altered, such as the exterior mirrors. So I think Polestar is definitely aiming for practicality, of course. But what I really like about this vehicle is that from the front, you can clearly tell that it's a Polestar, and it clearly shares a very similar identity to other Polestar vehicles, such as the Polestar 4, such as the Polestar 6 Roadster. Taking a closer look at these headlights, I've got to say, I hope Polestar keeps these into the future. I hope this becomes a fundamental thing in their vehicles. It's really nice. It's very specific, it's very different. And this car will look different in the night and in the day. It's very specific. But you can see on all these test and prototype models, all these vehicles, they're using exterior mirrors. From the side profile, you can have another look. What I do like is that the door handles are flush door handles. They do not protrude, they're just incubated into the design, which is a really nice fundamental touch. But even more incredible, this vehicle is supposed to be coming next year in 2024. Hopefully no delays, but I think small numbers of these vehicles could start being delivered at the end of next year, around Q4 2024. But at the latest, I should think Q1 2025. So we're really not too far away from seeing this vehicle. But what I tend to love the most is this look. I've always liked this view of this vehicle. I hope the design stay true to this philosophy. This is the vehicle I would buy. There's something about this design that I've always liked, very different from most vehicles out there, and it's something that I hope Polestar keeps true to the design as much as possible. And so far, it's looking like they're doing a really good job. But remember now, this is a fundamental vehicle for Polestar. This vehicle, along with the Polestar 6, are flagship vehicles. They're headliner vehicles. They're not the vehicles that will be making the most profit. The vehicles that will make the most profits are the vehicles that will sell the most. I think this vehicle will do relatively well. But you can't expect the Polestar 6 to make the most profits. The Polestar 5 and the Polestar 6 are mostly here to promote the brand to a wider audience, to add that premium, luxurious identity to the brand. But when it comes to making money with the Polestar brand, you're looking at the Polestar 2, you're looking at the Polestar 3 and 4. Those vehicles are built and manufactured to have really good returns on revenue, really good profits and margins. That's where Polestar will make its money. But the Polestar 1, the Polestar 5, the Polestar 6, these vehicles are more like a rare, premium, expensive vehicle for the elites, for the specific genre that wants something like this, but it's not for the mass audience. Now that is it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you in our next video.